Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread for Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad you're joining us here to kickstart the weekend. Make sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up as well. Greatly appreciate it. And hey, let us know what your favorite play is on this Friday slate. We got 3 on the college basketball, or the college football gridiron to get to here on the Friday. Man, see, I'm getting excited. My blue ribbon came in the mail. I'm looking forward to some college basketball as well this season. So I've been getting a little homework done there as well. So hey, seeing it slipped right out college. I just love college sports altogether. How can you not get excited as that time of year getting amped up? So hey, as we always do, we'll get to the camera, see how they're rolling along, see what they're amped up as I am. I'm sure they are. And then we'll get right to kickstart the weekend. So let's head on over to Vegas. Al, how are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. We got some football ahead of us now. A little break from the playoff baseball. Been a little crazy there with some game threes, but yeah, on to some college football.
Definitely. We got some college football to kick off the weekend. Head on over to Ninos. How you doing here on the Friday, buddy?
Yeah, we started talking a little bit ahead of these Friday games to these Saturday games before the show, and you remind me to stay focused on Friday for now. Now you want to jump all the way ahead to college basketball. No, I'm just messing with you, Rod. I can't blame you for doing your homework. Certainly a lot of it to do there to get ready for that college basketball season that is right around the corner. So good to know you're doing your homework, and we'll be hitting the books as well. But yeah, back to this Friday college football for now.
Definitely back to the college football and the gridiron play. So, hey, without further ado, let's get right to it here on Friday. First game we're looking at, we got Western Kentucky heading into Delaware to take on the Blue Hens. Blue Hens laying 2.5 here in this one. Total 62 in this matchup. Hey, this is Vegas Al's game. He's going to get us going. Who do you like?
All right, we're going to go with the Western Kentucky University here at +2. At the end of the day, this is an air raid style offense. Delaware is kind of an air raid style offense as well. Both teams are going to try to put it in the air. But at the end of the day, Western Kentucky is 11th ranked in passing. And then the defense also is able to defend the pass, used to having to practice against their own team here, week in, week out, and then spring ball and all that type of stuff. So they're used to seeing these air raid type offenses, and they're 33rd ranked against the pass. At the end of the day, I think the difference in the game is these two quarterbacks. I think Maverick McIver, almost 1,400 yards passing already this year, averaging about 300 yards per game to open up the year. I think he's going to have a field day here with Delaware's defense. They're going to welcome Delaware here to FBS play. And I think we'll take the short price dog here with Western Kentucky +2.
Heading on over to Ninos. What do you like here in this one? Western Kentucky or Delaware?
Yeah, well, as far as the total is concerned, that 61.5 coming in at the highest total of the day definitely suggests a shootout. But I'm expecting a lot of back and forth here. I do agree with Al. And I think Western Kentucky can hang on throughout this game. It's not like it's a number that we're expecting a big backdoor cover or anything. So I do expect them to hang tight there throughout the game and put up a good fight. Match Delaware and go back and forth. If not, be up early. I think at least it's close at the half. So I'll take that half point, which could even come into play here with Kentucky and going to the locker room at the half.
And for here in this one, I'm looking at the first half, and I do think we see some offense. You look at the total in this first half, and I'm seeing it at 31 here points wise. Full games, it's 61.5. So that's right in par with where you would figure the first half line would be, almost split right down the middle from what the full game is. You look at Delaware, that can definitely move the ball offensively here. They've already put up what we've seen 8 passing touchdowns from their QB, and he can dual threat as well. He can take off and run. He's rushed for 73 yards and actually run in for 4 touchdowns himself for Delaware. And we know Western Kentucky, they can score quick early and often themselves, as their QB's already tossed for 11 touchdowns. So I get why the total is where it is. But I'm going to just focus on this first half because I think we might see things slow up in the second half of this one. But first half-wise, I think we see plenty of offense in this one from both sides, contributing to get us up and over the total. Also, you look at Western Kentucky, Hilltoppers 7-0 in the first half versus teams with that are winning their games as well. So both of these teams winning, playing great football. And we get well over 31 here in the first half for me. Hey, that wraps up the first game we got on the slate for you here on Friday. Let's head on over to game number 2. We're looking at, and we got Charlotte heading into USF. In this matchup, this is a game I love, so I'll get us going here. We look at the South Florida Bulls here in this matchup. Hey, they're 3-1 on the year. Charlotte 1-3 on the year. Been struggling as this Charlotte squad offensively, and then to lose your QB for the year, well, let's see, it makes things even more tougher offensively for this Charlotte squad with Connor Harrell being announced out for the year. You're going with Loftus at QB, and well, he's completed 52% of his passes so far this year, 2 interceptions and only 1 TD. You look at can he run? No, he's attempted to run the ball 10 times, and he's a minus 27 yards for this Charlotte squad. I see why the line is it's minus 28, minus 28.5 in most places, because this is going to be one of those lopsided games. But I just don't think Charlotte is able to chip in offensively enough here to be able to get us up and over this total. You look at USF, and they've been averaging about 30 points a game. So even if they exceed their expectations and even get into the 40s, still not going to get enough points from Charlotte in this matchup to get us up and over this total. That's why it's dropped. Open 55.5 down to 54.5. I like it. Give me the under 54.5. Charlotte USF here on Friday. I don't know, over to Vegas. Al, what do you like here in this one?
So, well, the first thing that came to my mind is the quarterback run here with Byron Brown. I actually don't think he's going to get off on the ground here. I think Charlotte's defense will zone in on that, make him beat them through the air, which I think will have tons of success, actually. This Charlotte's defense, is nothing but they're not world beaters or anything pretty much here. I think I'm going to go with one of his wide receivers, though, just to have a big day. I think, like I said, they're going to try to go through the air a lot. Run the score up a little bit. I think Chaz Nimrod, wide receiver out here, 6'2" guy for South Florida, former transfer here from the University of Tennessee. I just think he'll be the best athlete out there on the field. And 68.5 yards receiving. It might be a little high, but I think he flies over that. So Chaz Nimrod over 68.5 yards receiving.
Right? Not a bad look there. He's already received 367 yards.
Leading the team in receiving as well. So
yeah. Definitely. 367 receiving yards for Chaz Nimrod already for UCF. So, yeah, I like that play as well. I don't know where the Ninos. What do you like here in this one? Close to your backyard. You might be heading to the game.
Hey, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it right as you mentioned that, right before you mentioned that, actually. It's like wanted to go to that Boise State game in the season opener, didn't make it there. This one obviously not expected to be as competitive, although they won that one pretty handily too as well. But again, I do think South Florida, yes, very impressive so far this season. I think they win this one comfortably, but 28 points in a game that you're expecting to be lower scoring. I know they're going to have some hard time getting their offense going, but I don't think it's going to take much offense to help us cover this 28. And we mentioned the back doors in the last one. Obviously a much wider back door in this one with getting all these touchdowns. So, hey, I'll take the 4 touchdowns and hope for the best here with Charlotte.
Hey, that wraps up game number 2. Let's head on over to game 3 we got on the slate. We got the New Mexico Lobos taking on the San Jose State Spartans. This is Ninos' game. He's going to get us going. What do you like here in this matchup?
Yeah, we're looking at another small road dog here in New Mexico coming in as a 2-point dog. So not quite as close to that field goal that Western Kentucky might be getting. But I think they win this one outright. It should be a good little battle for a while. I think San Jose State does have a bit of an offense. Unfortunately, the run game and defense I don't think is quite as good as New Mexico. So I think that's what will make the difference there for Lobos. The more balanced offense will keep their drives alive and especially help them keep the lead at any point late in this game. So think it'll be easier for them to play with that lead with the run game. So going to take New Mexico here on the money line, unless you get a field goal. If this line moves to +3, then yes, go ahead and take that field goal. But again, just the 2 points here. I'm on the money line. I'm seeing +110. I'll take that.
Heading on over to Vegas. Al, who do you like here in this matchup?
No, yeah, I'll actually look at the quarterback here for New Mexico, Jack Lane. I'll go to his passing yards here, over 224 yards passing. I mean, he's coming off of a 300-yard performance last week against New Mexico State, so I think he's going to be able to continue that. The only blemish really so far this season was the Michigan game, but, I mean, that is Michigan there to open the season up, 3 interceptions there. Did actually still throw over 200-something yards in that game as well. So I like Jack Lane here to go over 225 yards passing.
And for me here in this matchup, I like another over here in the first half. I think we see plenty of offense here between both of these squads. You look at defensively, the secondaries on both of these teams leave a little bit to be desired. I think both QBs will be able to find some traction. You look, the Lobos giving up 7.2 yards per play, 64% completion rate, and you look at San Jose State, they're giving up a 62% completion rate and 9.2 yards per attempt. I think both offenses are able to get us up and over this 29.5 in the first half. I think we see plenty of offense there. This total opened up 55.5, and it's starting to work its way up. I see 58.5 in some places. But looking at that first half, give us the over 29.5 here in New Mexico, San Jose State. Hey, that wraps up the 3 we got on the gridiron for Friday. Let us know what you think about the 3 games we covered in the comments section below, and we'll do a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers taking on Delaware here in this matchup. Vegas Al's game, he says, grab Western Kentucky plus the points in that one. Next game we looked at, we got Charlotte taking on USF. I say grab the under in this one. Lower scoring. I think the total's too high. I don't think Charlotte can chip in enough offensively to get us over this total. Give us the under. And then we got New Mexico taking on San Jose State. Ninos' game, he says grab New Mexico at Lobos plus the points there in that matchup. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's kickstart the weekend doing what we always do, and that is covering the spread.